Hello again. Let's have a look ahead to tonight's Monday Night Football. Brentford are hosting Fulham live on Sky Sports. Let's cross to the studio and join Dave Jones. Afternoon, Dave.
Good afternoon. You join Jamie Carragher and I mid-rehearsal. Big game tonight, and it certainly is in the context of two teams pushing for Europe, but also we've been reflecting on what was a pretty epic day yesterday, certainly if you happen to be a fan of Liverpool. You know those moments, Jamie, when you wake up and you find some sort of clarity in your head about what happened the day before? What was that like for you this morning, and how quickly did you get to that thought of 7-0?
I was up early. I think Gary's still in bed. It was. I think a lot of people were just stunned, really. I was like that afterwards in the studio. When you come in, it's like, obviously you're delighted with the result, but you couldn't quite believe what you'd seen. And I think first half was very even. Liverpool started well. Manchester United came into the game, and you think, the game's still on a knife edge, even though Liverpool had gone 1-0 up. So, I mean, to see that second half, we don't see that often, and that's why I think there's been such sort of focus on the game. Listen, it's the biggest game that, it goes around the world. Everybody in world football wants to watch it, the two most successful teams, but to lose a game like that from a Manchester United point of view, because I think when it becomes 7, it almost becomes more of a Manchester United angle than Liverpool if they'd won 4-0, if you like. And the way Manchester United capitulated in that second half was pretty horrific.
So has it changed the way you think about where Liverpool are right now and where Manchester United are under Erik ten Hag? Slightly, I would say. I wouldn't get too carried away with the defeat for Manchester United in terms, don't think they'd lost for 22 games. And I wouldn't say this is Liverpool back. There was definitely signs in that second half that we were watching a Liverpool performance from 3 or 4 years ago. But even of late, when Liverpool's results have picked up, it's still not being the Liverpool of old. And I think that's difficult to get to because the standard was so high. But yeah, I think it gives everyone real confidence now that Liverpool can make top 4, because the last few weeks, months since the World Cup, I think most Liverpool supporters didn't think they would get top 4. They're now right in the mix, where a lot of people may make them maybe favourites, but I still think they've got to fight on with Tottenham and Newcastle in those positions. But right now, if they continue the way they were in that second half, you think they've great opportunity to make it. What about this mix for European places generally? Because if you're looking through the top half of the Premier League from Chelsea upwards, we're watching two teams tonight who've got a shout, haven't we? We are, and I think they've been a revelation, both teams. I think Brentford, for me, I just love them. I'd almost feel like they're my second team. I love going there for games, the atmosphere there. I love the manager. I love the way they play. I mean, I was looking at the stat. They've only lost 4 games in the Premier League. I mean, I know they're high up the table. They expect them to have good stats and good numbers, but to play 23 Premier League games and only lose 4, that's some going for the top teams in the league. And Fulham are the same. I think they've only lost games to the teams in the top 5. So they're a tough nut to crack, both teams. That's why I think it'll be an evenly contested game tonight. But as I said, they've been a breath of fresh air in the Premier League, both of them. And both managers could be up there for manager of the year. There's no doubt about that. They've done remarkably well, haven't they? And I was going to ask you that very question, actually. Who edges it for you right now in terms of what they've managed to achieve? I'd say Fulham, because they're newly promoted, really. I think Brentford have had that experience of coming in. And, I think Fulham on the back of, I think the last couple of occasions they've gone down when they've came up. So Marco Silva, who was a manager, had something to prove in the Premier League after his last job at Everton. I've always been a big admirer of his as a manager. And he's proven that this season with Fulham. And, I mean, slightly different styles, the way they both go about it, really. But, you'd have to say Fulham being a promoted side, and to be in the position that they're in, I think is great credit to the club, but I think most importantly the manager. All right, Jamie, thank you very much. Loads of analysis, as you would imagine, from Liverpool, Manchester United on the way, and the rest of the big stories from the weekend, including Arsenal's late win over Bournemouth. That's all to come from 7, building up as well to Brentford Fulham in the company of Jamie Carragher and Karen Carney. See you then.